Court Streetcar Stranger, still Jigsaw, 50 metres to go, punched out Jigsaw. Jigsaw won at 3/4 Rose Courts, Rattle and Bang Streetcar. Declare the 2019 Cup winner, led a length per San Lunces, and Bow and Declare turns back the clock. Bow and Declare won the Zipping Classic. A length 100 metres to go, See You in Heaven, 2 lengths the Fortune Teller, and Angry Skies, See You in Heaven, too good. See You in Heaven won the Sandown Guineas, seconds tight the Fortune Teller.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here off what was a massive week last weekend, getting 3 winners on Zipping Classic Day. A huge achievement for me because I was pretty keen on a few of them and I stuck with my guts and it paid off. Probably the most memorable winner from last weekend was Vow and Declare, the old boy striking back into a form from his Melbourne Cup win, and what a way to do so, and winning the Zipping Classic. And I'm quite keen on a few this week, so let's get into this tips and let's find some more winners.
Race number 1 at Packenham is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 2,000 metres, and Brayden Star, the one to beat here for Trent Buston and Natalie Young, with Damien Oliver aboard. Big win first up 2 weeks ago at Cranbourne, where Ollie was on board, coming up to the 2,000 air from the 1,500 metres. Big rise in distance, but this horse is clearly the one to beat, and 2:15 is a spoil for mine. I think it should definitely be winning here and is the one to beat in the first. The only danger that I can probably see beating it is Matron Bullwinkle, up in distance from the 1,700 metres from its run at Flemington on Oaks Day, where it was a good run and drove through under James McDonald to win with 57.5 kilos. Drops down to 54.5 for Harry Coffey. Drawn barrier 2. Gets a good run for the Mar Eustace team. So only one they can beat it. Ruber and Shibley both over the odds. Ruber finally up to the 2,000 metres is over the odds at $19, and Shibley good chance 15. But Brayden's the one to beat Packenham. Race number 1. 35 the win. Race number 2 at Pakenham is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 1,200 metres this time around. And there's 2 I like here. I'll go through them both now. No Secret's the first one. First up for Mike Moroney and Paddy Maloney. 5 starts for the 2 wins and a third. Coming over from New Zealand, where it last start won over the 1,400 metres at Tarapa. I'm pretty sure it was Tarapa. Carrying the 58 kilos. And it won predominantly by about a length and a half. First up here, 54.5. Does have a pretty good first up record, having 3 starts for the 1 win and a third, and loves good ground, 3 starts for the 2 wins and a third. So just wondering how to go on a soft track, but I think it'll be all right and does have the lightweight for its first up effort. Adele can win, has the big weight for Damien Oliver, but comes back to the 1,200, having not had a run at the sprint trip for a while now. I think getting back to a sprint trip will absolutely suit this horse ideally and is among the better chances. Santero, brilliant horse first up and will run the distance out, no trouble whatsoever. And my Yankee girl, I thought was a bit short first up, but can run a race, but No Secret and Adele for me, Pakenham race 2. 10 each way on No Secret and 5 each way on Adele. I found it hard to split them both. Race number 3 at Pakenham is a benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,200 metres, and I'm with Invincible Caviar here. 56.5 kilos for Luke Nolan and Peter Moody. Nolan back in the saddle after Blake McDougall rode at last start. Pulled up lame. Barrier 3 here, so just going to be interesting to see what Luke Nolan does. Has shown speed to go forward in the past, so hopefully that he uses it. And is a $6 chance. You can't pen this horse off one disappointing run where she pulled up lane. Yes, she finished the distant last, but she was lame, like I said. Forgiving of that run, $6 is a spoil for mine. I'll be saying get onto the horse now because that $6 won't be there on Saturday. Jucconi, the other one that I think can win, obviously is the main market elect here, but does carry the big weight for the McAvoys and Matty Lloyd, though Matty Lloyd's claiming to bring the weight down to 59 kilos. Very consistent, this horse, and will be running a hell of a race. Sig Positano and Vongole, the other 2 horses I think can win. I think all my top 4 can win. But yeah, Sig Positano over the odds for mine at $18, but does carry the big weight, but loves this distance and does love the track. Having had 6 starts for the 2 wins and a third, I think is a lock to run top 3. And Vongole trialled really well and featured on the trial show in a very good effort. But Invincible Caviar for me, 25 each way and 5 each way on Jucconi, Packenham, race 3. And race number 4 at Packenham is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 1,000 metres, and I'm with Najem Suhail. Now, this horse has been extremely well here since coming to Australia. Big win 2 starts ago. One back, and then ran second last start down the Flemington Straight. Better around the bend. Blakeshin booked a ride, 58 kilos. Best is still to come according to the stable from this horse. Drawn barrier 12. We'll need a bit of luck, but if he gets it, I think he's going to be running one hell of a race here and beating this field easily. Dance to Dubai for second. I think this horse is an absolute gun first up. 57 kilos for Luke Nolan. Barrier 6, drawn to advantage. Really good chance. I did spend a long time trying to split him and Najem Suhail. I went with Najem Suhail because of fitness. Squid game first up. Probably going to need the run off a long break, though, is a good chance. And okay to pay is a speed, and you know where he's going to be at the front. But Najem Suhail for me, Pakenham race 425 to win. Race number 5 at Pakenham is a benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,000 metres, and I'm with River Rebel. Drawn barrier 6 for the Freedmans with Blake Shit aboard 57.5. Resuming off a bit of a break. Comes into this gelded for its future racing campaign, and ran against a couple of handy ones, including Grand Impact and Thronbone in his last campaign. On top of the ground here, probably would have preferred it to sit on a soft track for its resumption, though it does draw well here, and the good track I don't think will be any issue. And if we are in the soft range, it will even enhance this horse's chances. Juicy for second, very good chance, and is a definite winning chance. Just a wide barrier put me off slightly, but if she'd drawn 5 to 8, she would have just bolted in. But big weight, wide barrier, happy to be a bit wary of her, but definitely a good chance. If she wins this, like, stable can look at Group 1 targets. Red card last start, won a 9.55 and has shown speed before, so it's a good chance. And drop the verse over the odds for the Matt Ellenden team for Daniel Moore with 54.5. But I'm with River Rebel, 35 to win and 8.50 just over the odds for the horse, and $10 to win on Juicy in case it is too good for them. And Pakenham race number 6 is a benchmark 100 handicap. You don't see many of these over the 1,200 metres, and I just think it's lead, kick, win. That simple. Corner Pocket will be winning here. First up of one spring run where he led at the Valley and was very solid in running third over probably a distance a bit too far. Running over the 1,200 metres, so my mistake. The stable tested him out to the 1,600 metres of the Blamey. So back to the 1,200 here. First up is the one to beat. $7 is way over the odds. I would mark this horse a $4 $3.50 chance against this lot, and should just be winning here. I'm happy to take the $7, a good chance. Shaquero, probably the class in the race, just a query of how well it's going, though. It does have the lightweight for Craig Williams, 54.5 for Chris Waller first up, and has trialled well, that does have the wide barrier. Felicia for the Peter and Paul Snowden team, they don't get it wrong when they travel their horses, and Blake Shin is aboard, so a good chance. And Will Tom, I'm still sticking fat with this horse. I still think he can run a bit of a race here, even though he hasn't shown anything. He did run third before he went for a spell. Josh Richards, 53 kilos, second up. No hope first up. Just want to see him do it again and run a really one hell of a race. But I'm with Corner Pocket, race 6 at Pakenham, 45 to win. Pretty confident, and 5 to place on the old boy, Will Tom. And race number 7 at Pakenham is a sports bet Pakenham Cup at listed level over the 2,500 metres, and I'm with Wycliffe. Getting up to this distance range is where he's excelled in Australia. Craig Williams, lightweight at 54 for Danny O'Brien. Drawn barrier 3, so likely goes forward from the barrier, and if he does that, I think it's going to be very hard to beat for Craig Williams. And it's the one I want to be on. Milford coming out of the backup, and Mike Moroney backs up and has Blake Shin aboard after winning the Eclipse last weekend, though does carry the lightweight at 59, but is still a very, very good chance. Kissinger for Damon Oliver, starting to find form now, Ollie. 54 for Lindsay Smith, consistent in form. Just can he hack it at this level against these quality, tough, sound stayers? Just that query, but I think he can run well. And Future Score, one of the more interesting runners here. There's only 4 chances, and that's the first 4 I've got here. And I think Future Score can run a race here. But Wycliffe on top for me. 25 to win in the listed Pakenham Cup. And race 8 at Pakenham is the second feature of the day. It's a Vobus Gold Bullion over the 1,400 metres, and it looks like Elvis, the winner of the last edition of this race, carries the top weight of 60 kilos. Sorry, the second top weight of 60 kilos. But I'm with Jimmy the Bear here. Hard fit, consistent, goes forward, tough, 59 kilos. Harry Coffey in the saddle. Drawn barrier 4. Outclassed in the Golden Eagle. A mile back in grade here. 6 from 13. Should be winning here. And I'm pretty keen on his chances. Looks like Elvis is only first up into this. And I don't think a horse has ever won this first up. So interested to see how he goes. There's a very classy runner. It looks like Elvis. Regardsmaree carrying the huge weight of 61 for Blake Shin, and interesting that the stable put a senior on instead of an apprentice with that weight. And Imperial Lad, your likely leader here, goes forward for Stuckey, carrying 60 kilos and is over the odds at $17. Always keen on his chances, but Jimmy the Bear for mining, the gold Bullion, 45 the win. And race number 9 on Packenham Cup Day to round us out. It's a benchmark 78 handicap over the 1600 metres in a 2-horse race, and I'm with Chicago Bear here. For the Trent Busted and Natalie Young team. Blake Shin aboard. The Busted and Young to bookend the card here. Second up through. Big run at Flemington running 4th into benchmark 90 with 54 kilos. Rises up to the 59.5, but does have barrier 2. Probably runs probably midfield, forward to midfield is where I sit, and this is a 7-out coming a mile back from a 90. So the one to beat for mine. Ivy League. The stablemate of Lighthouse, and I think can run a big race here first up. Loves firm ground and does like this distance range, and has the trainers to suit this horse. Ma uses an Ethan Brown first up, 60 kilos, good chance, and that's the race in 2. The Nephew and Volton I thought were both over the odds, considering the Nephew is 3 from 3 third up, and Volton ran a really good race last start at Cranbourne, and prior to that, won at the Valley, and beat Rattle and Bang, and Rattle and Bang came out and ran a place in a listed race last start, so over the odds for my involvement. But Chicago Bear, the one to beat, race 9, Pakenham, 35 to win. Thank you very much for watching my preview for Pakenham Cup Day. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope I find some winners, and I'll see you for the preview of the Group 1 Northerly Stakes. I know I said I was going to do the preview for the Winterbottom, last weekend, but I just got really busy with work. But I promise I'll be producing the Northerly preview as soon as I can get it done. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.